Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a bunch of tips and tricks for the Google Pixel 8. Let's get into it. The first one is circle to search. You can search on anything that you want. All you're going to do is press and hold on the home button down here. So maybe we want to search on this. We're going to press and hold on that home button, and then I'm just going to circle what I want right here, and it's going to do a search for me and show me what exactly that is. Again, you can do it with text or pictures or really anything else on any page that you're on. I could even do it from here. You'll see, I'm just going to circle to search on this home screen. And maybe I just want to do this little mountain thing right here. Let's see what comes up about that. And it shows me some pictures of mountains. On your home screen, press and hold. And you have all these different things. You have wallpapers and styles, you have widgets, you have home settings, which we will go into first. Checking out home settings. You can turn notification dots on and off for your icon. So like when you're right here, you'll like say I had a notification for YouTube or something, there'd be a little dot next to it. You can turn that on and off if you want, very easily just by tapping that and then turn a notification app icon off. Next, you have at a glance. That is where you can have that on and off, weather and information. So if you go into here and you hit the gear, now I use at a glance, but basically it's gonna show all of this information. I'll show you where it is, but it's gonna bring up all these things. If you wanna turn any of these things off, from package deliveries to commutes, ride sharing, any of that stuff, just press the off button right there and it'll go off. And basically it's right here. This thing right here where it says welcome to your new Pixel. It'll have information there if you have an upcoming appointment or something like that, or a package, it'll show it right there. You can turn that off so it doesn't show any of that. I like this one on, which is add app icons to home screen. When you download a new app, it's gonna automatically add it to your home screen. If you don't want it to do that, turn that off. Swipe access to Google app. Again, I keep that on. If you turn it off, you won't have this, but basically it's this right here. This is the Google app that you'll have running. It shows all kinds of information that it thinks you're gonna be interested in. And like I said, I like it, so I keep it on. And I'd advise you to too. I think it's a very interesting, helpful thing overall. Then we have your search preferences. If you tap on this, you can swipe up to start your search, which means that always allow keyboard after swiping up. I keep it off because I think it gets a little messy and stuff when you're swiping up to search. Web search, you can turn that on and off so it searches that stuff. Search for people, search the Google Play Store, things like that. Allow home screen rotation. Generally, I don't like it to rotate. So basically what that means is if I rotate my home screen, it's gonna go like that. I generally, on these type of screens, I don't like it to do that. So I would keep it off so that when I do rotate it, it doesn't do that. Going back to your home screen, press and hold, and then go into wallpaper and style. And when I come in here, you can change your wallpapers. You can change your icons to be themed so they look like, you can see it matches my my wallpaper if I wanted to do that. But you can also change the colors here. And these will change based off what your wallpaper looks like. It'll change these kind of colors, your icons and all that kind of stuff. But if you go into more wallpapers, you can choose any of these free wallpaper built-ins that you have. Maybe you want something to be like art, and all you do is just choose it. And then you get the top right, you'll hit set wallpaper. But there's a other one in here for AI wallpaper. You just tap on it, you choose the category that you want. Like maybe you want this to be night. So you'll choose night, and then you can see abstract. And I want it to be maybe a little blue. And then instead of flowers, maybe I want it to be waves. And then I'm gonna do create wallpaper. And what this is going to do is it's gonna take those parameters that I set and it's gonna create a unique wallpaper just for me to use. And if I like it, all I have to do is hit that checkbox at the top, and then I can set it as a wallpaper. I can even see what it would look like as X-ray if I want. Let me see, X-ray, there you go. You can go to X-ray and change these other things as well if I want to try a different type of AI wallpaper. So a lot of cool stuff you can do with that to change your wallpapers. Next, let's go into Google Photos. Now I just chose a photo, but there's tons of stuff you can do in here. If you hit edit, if I want, I can choose Magic Editor, and basically you can see right here, it makes editing even easier with a new AI experience from Labs. Remove distractions, move your subjects around, improve backgrounds and more. And I can hit try now. And when I press this little wand, it's telling me, yeah, make it a portrait. It's gonna generate it into a portrait. But Sometimes it'll do some crazy stuff for you automatically, so you don't really have to think too much about it. You can see it made a cool little background here for me to blur everything out. And you can see there's different intensities as well. But there's more to this as well. If you go, again, back into edit, you can go into tools and I can do best take. So if I had multiple versions of this photo, I can come in here and I can make, like, maybe my son's eyes were closed. It'll look through other photos of him that are similar to this one, and I can choose that one instead and potentially have a better photo of him. So I can tap on his, so I can be like, which face do I want? Which one? Well, he's smiling in this one, so I like that. And then for this one, for me, which one do I like? They're basically the same, but it comes in very helpful if you have multiple photos. And again, somebody's not looking the right way, it'll help with that. You just hit done and then you can save it. But yeah, just come in here. You'll have different things to choose from automatically from filters. You can adjust certain things, the brightness, but there are, like I said, there is those AI things built into here as well. Swiping down from the top here, you're gonna have your quick toggles. Now, by default, my auto rotation was off, so you might want to swipe through this and turn your auto rotate on. If you have a QR code to scan, you can scan it right here. You just tap this and it would be able to scan a QR code right from your quick toggles. And now there's a bunch of stuff in here, so you have your flashlight as well. You just tap that and turn your flashlight on and off. If you want to go into any of these real quickly, you can press and hold them and it'll go right into it. You can see it went right into Wi-Fi for me. But if you want to move these around, you can hit the pencil and you're like, you know what? I really want my do not disturb to be higher up, and you can move it. And if you want to remove one of these, all you have to do is just drag it down. So like for instance, if I don't want my camera access to be up there, I can just drag it down here and it will be gone. So you can drag as many as you want down there. You can reset it at the top so you have full control. When you're done, just hit the back button. Next, we're gonna go into our call app. So just hit your phone app right here, then hit the three dots in the top right and go to settings. In here, go to caller ID and spam. You can see caller ID and spam ID. I would turn that on. I would also filter my spam calls to prevent suspected spam calls from even disturbing me, so turn that on as well. If you want to block a number, just go here, block numbers, and you can block all unknown phone numbers if you want, but sometimes you'll run into an issue with that. If like a hospital or doctor's office calls you, might block them from calling you, but you can add a number right here and type in the number and then hit add when you're done, and you'll be able to do that for yourself so that you can block that number. This is an important one, quick responses. Click on that and you can come in here and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 to choose from. If you tap on it, you can actually edit it. Say if you want to be like, I'll call you later tomorrow or whatever, put that in there and type okay. And then you can have that, so you can add or edit, I should say, your quick responses, so that when someone calls you and you choose to, you know, like text them back instead of answering the phone call, you'll have that specific message that you wanted. If you want to announce the person that's calling you, come down here to caller ID announcement. Here you go, tap on that. You can have it as always or always only when using a headset. So basically you will announce the person's name that's calling you. All right, swipe down from the top, hit the gear in the bottom right, and we're gonna go into network and internet. Then we're gonna go into where it says the internet, tap on that. Go down to network preferences and notify for public networks. I would turn that off. It's super annoying. It's just gonna let you know when there's an open Wi-Fi network. You don't wanna have that happen, so turn that off. Go into apps. If you wanna change any of your default apps, you just tap there, and maybe you have like another browser you like. For instance, just tap on that and you should have another browser right there that you can change it to, or change your caller ID and spam app if you don't have one. Choose with the phone one. If you have a different digital assistant, you can come over here and change that for yourself. Next, go into notifications. If you like those flash notifications, it'll flash the back of your phone. You can turn that on when you're getting a phone call, or your screen will flash yellow if you get a notification. You can see this is what it looks like when you're getting a phone call. So if you like having that, that's where it is. Next, go into battery. Battery percentage, turn that on. I recommend it so you can see your battery percentage at the very top of your phone. If you want your phone to charge as fast as it can and you're not worried about basically preserving the life of your battery, go to adaptive charging and turn that off. Basically, if you have it on, it's going to trickle your battery charging and learn its patterns, like so. It just won't like charge it to 100% all the time. Maybe it'll slow it down as you sleep or whatever, and by the time you might wake up in the middle of the night, or you might have to wake up early one day and your phone might not be charged to 100% because you have adaptive charging. If you turn this off, it'll just charge as fast as it can anytime you charge it. Go into storage. If you want to free up space, tap right here, and then you can just clear any junk files you have. If you're running out of space, it's an easy way to clear up some space for yourself. Next, go into display. This is where you can change your brightness. You can tap on this and change the brightness right there, or you can also just swipe down and change the brightness right there by pulling on that right there. But then you also have your adaptive brightness, which basically it's going to adjust the brightness of your phone if you have this on automatically based off the lighting settings you have in your room or outside or wherever you are. If you're outside, it's going to make this as bright as it can, but if you're in a really dark environment, it's going to turn the brightness down. So it's up to you how you want that to be. You also have your lock screen. If you tap on lock screen, you can have this be having a dynamic clock or now playing stuff. You can show, which I would identify the phones, the songs that it hears. This is a really cool feature for Pixel phones. It will basically, if it hears a song, it'll show it on your lock screen for you. It's very, very helpful. And you can even look at your your song history. So we'll add a shortcut to the home screen. I'll show you how that works in a second. You also have your always show time and info. So basically, if I turn that on and then I turn my screen off, it's gonna have this lock screen right here. Again, it uses more battery life, but otherwise it'll be like this. You won't see anything. Sometimes you can just double tap it if you want, but it depends on how you want it. If you're worried about battery life, keep it off. If you're not, turn it on. You can also tap your phone to check like I just showed you, or lift your phone to check. I'd keep both of those on. I think that's very important. Wake screen for notifications. When screen is dark, it turns on for new notifications. If you like that, keep it on. If you don't, turn that off so that your screen doesn't get woken up. Obviously, it will use more battery life if it's on. Now, I mentioned playing songs, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on the lock screen, and I'm going to begin playing a song. Well, it's not working just this moment. I played a song. Either it didn't know it or it's just still getting everything ready on the phone, but it is a really cool feature. It will basically track what songs it hears no matter where it is, ever be on the radio or someone's playing at a club or whatever. And again, it will show it basically on your lock screen right here. You can also add text to your screen like, hey, I lost my phone, call this number, and save it, and it'll show that information on your lock screen. Back to display, screen timeout, change that to 2 minutes. It'll take 2 minutes for your phone to lock its screen. Prevent your screen from turning off if you're looking at it. I would turn that on as well. Basically, as long as you're looking at the phone, it shouldn't turn the screen off. Dark theme, you can turn it on and off right here. If you have it on, you can also set a schedule. Just tap on it like I did, and you can do like sunrise to sunset or set a custom time. I love dark screens, and this is OLED display, so the darker the screen, the better battery life you'll get. We then have our display text and size. I like my screens to be a little bit bigger, so I'll drag this up and make it easier to see for myself. Navigation mode, I have gestures on, but if you like the 3-button layout, just tap this and it will bring those buttons back. You can even tap this right here. You can see hold home to search, to do the button to initiate Google search over your screen, which is what I showed you earlier. But I like the navigation buttons like I mentioned. You can tap this on them and swipe to invoke assistant if you want, or change the sensitivity for the back gestures. Going down to the colors, I usually set them to adaptive. You can do natural, it's gonna dull the colors a little bit, but I think adaptive is the way to go. Smooth display, turn this on, automatically raises the refresh rate. You want that on, why? Because it's gonna make your experience with this phone feel faster and smoother overall. It will use a little bit more battery life, but it's worth it just to have the nice smooth display. If you have a screen protector on, this is where you can increase the touch sensitivity. Just tap that right there and it'll turn it on. If you have a screen protector, again, it'll help with the sensitivity of the screen. Next, we're gonna go into security and privacy. You can check for updates right here, see if you have any updates for your security. You can also go to device unlock. If you come in here, I have a screen lock set up, but you can go to fingerprint and face unlock, and then this is gonna be where you set that up, and you can have a additional face. You can tap on that and you can change your face unlock settings or delete what you have or set up a new one. You can also do fingerprint. You can add a fingerprint if you want. Very nice to be able to add all that stuff really easily. You can have your watch unlock things on the phone. So there's multiple ways to set up and change your lock settings and your fingerprint and your face unlock. Next, go into system. Then you want to go into where it says gestures and quickly tap to start action. So I usually like to, if you want this one, if you turn this on, basically, I can double tap the back of this phone to take a screenshot and, or do something else. If I wanted to, let me do that just to make sure. You can see I took a screenshot. I actually don't like having this on. I've dealt with it enough to where it can cause some issues. For like, you know, for instance, if I had it set to my flashlight and I double tap it, sometimes I just hit my phone by accident and it will do that. But it's a kind of cool thing if you like to use it for your phone in order to make it a little bit more handy and easy to be used. But I turn basically all these on except for flip to shush. If you have this on, you just put your phone face down like that and keep it face down, and you won't get any phone calls or notifications or anything like that. But yeah, all these are really good to keep on. They're pretty self-explanatory. This one, press, hold, and power button. Tap on that, change that to power menu. When you press and hold this, it's gonna automatically bring up your power menu. When you double press it, it's gonna bring up your camera. So make sure you, and from any screen at that, which is great. So if you ever want to, you know, open up your phone from anywhere, your camera, that's how you do it. It's very, very, very helpful overall. Going back here, you have system update. This is where you can download and check for new system updates that have come out for the Pixel 8a. Next, we'll go into the camera. And in the camera, if we switch this over to video, so we'll tap on video, and then we can tap on where it says right here, full HD, tap on that, and you can change this to 4K, which I would recommend. Why not get the best quality video that this phone can shoot? You can also change the frames per second up to 60 if you want, which is, it's up to you. You have speech enhancement. You can turn that on or off for your speech enhancement to make when you record a video better for the voices and things like that. Turn your flash on and off. If you switch to the front camera. All right, on the front camera, also go into video and hit the gear, and you can see it's set to 4K. If it's not, you can change it right there. Same thing with speech enhancements. You can do 4K on the back and the front. If you want to illuminate your videos better, just tap on that and it will illuminate when you're holding this camera up to yourself. You'll get a better quality image with that light. You also have these different settings at the bottom here that you can choose from. So if we switch it to the back, you get time lapse, slow motion video, panorama, and there's your different modes. And there you go. There's a bunch of tips and tricks for the Google Pixel 8. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.